Hello YouTube, my name is Nick, and today I have a game of Domination on Villa using a silenced AUG. And I believe my perk setup is Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, almost said Stopping Power, Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, and Hacker. And I have a Makarov and some other, pretty basic stuff. So, yeah, using the silenced AUG, which I usually have quite a bit of trouble with. I don't know, the AUG and the FAMAS I do okay with. Well, the FAMAS is like the best gun in the game, so everyone does okay with it. But the FAMAS the AUG I usually do okay with. But when I silence it, I always have a lot of trouble using it. So I thought I'd play a bunch of games just using the silenced AUG because it was giving me trouble. So I've kind of gotten used to it. But sometimes like I'll panic and I won't shoot it properly, and you just don't kill people very effectively if you don't shoot at the right rate. But yeah, so I guess today I wanted to talk about some tips to help you guys get better, because when it all comes down to it, that's the point of YouTube really, or at least posting the commentaries. That's how or why it all began. People would come to YouTube and watch other people to see what they do and hopefully learn things and maybe improve their own skills and whatnot. So that's what I hope to do. Also, I hope to possibly entertain you with some gameplay and the AUG and killing people. And yeah, so I hope that's entertaining. Anyways, so your first tip, you want to always have cover. This is just something I really can't stress enough. Cover is the reason most gunfights are won. If you're behind a wall where just your head just barely pokes out and you can see clearly, and they're out in the open, there's just so much more. They're just so much more open. You have a much bigger target, and it's just much easier for you to shoot them. They have to take a long time to aim at you, and then they have to burst fire, and the wall will take most of the damage. So it's really just a huge advantage if you are behind cover. So to stay behind cover, you have to kind of travel behind cover. So you want to move from cover to cover. So when you're running around, you want to avoid the open areas. So you run between the open areas and always mind cover. When I just ran through that field there was a couple boxes. If I had seen anybody, I could jump behind one and I'd have a bit of cover. And that's just really something important to do. Next off, know the maps. Really, a lot of people think that there's some trick to getting good at Call of Duty. You really can't do it without learning the maps. You need to learn the game, really. That's one of the most important things. You can't just get good from me telling you things, and I have no clue how I saw that or how I didn't see that guy. But you really just need to play the game. The more you play, the better reflexes will get, and the better your judgment skills will get. In certain situations, you'll just learn. You learn from when you die. That's a really important thing to consider. When you die, you don't want to just rage and throw your controller through the wall, but you want to kind of consider what you did and what you could do better next time. It's kind of one of those life lessons. You can't blame. If you blame somebody else, there's nothing you can do about it. So you really have to blame yourself, even if it is one of those Call of Duty things where it doesn't make sense and it really wasn't your fault. You need to just make up a reason for something you can do to change it, because if there's nothing that you can do to change it, then really you can't do anything, and that's not really going to get you anywhere. So if you run out in the open and get shot like there, I probably should have just lied down and waited for him to try and shoot at me, and I would be able to kill him. That was my fault. I'm going to accept it. So next time I'll know not to do that. So really, learning from situations like that, it just comes down to experience sometimes. And that one kill can be the difference between just dying or getting your chopper or dogs or gunship or whatever. So playing the game is going to be your best way to improve, but you don't want to play mindlessly. You want to kind of take note of how you die. You want to take note of popular camping spots. Like I know that window up there, there's almost always somebody there, and I know that, so that's just something I try and avoid because they have the high ground. The high ground almost always wins unless you have a FAMAS. The basic rule of Black Ops is if you have a FAMAS, you win. Since they nerfed the AK-74, the FAMAS is now the most dominant weapon in the game, and so yeah, use the FAMAS. That's a good tip. Actually, don't. I'm kind of getting annoyed. I use it kind of when I'm doing bad, or if everybody else is using it, but it's starting to become like the M16 almost. I don't really see how it's overpowered, just like the M16 from COD 4. It doesn't really seem too overpowered, but it's just so much better than all the other weapons. But anyways, kind of getting off topic here. What else can I tell you? Patience is important. I'm one of the most impatient people in the world, and I like to just run at people, and you know, especially when I see my Blackbird, I'm like, 4 guys over there. I know where they are, therefore they cannot kill me. And turns out they can kill you. Blackbird is not invincibility pills or something. It's not like painkiller or something else. Commando hacks. But yeah, so patience is important. See there, I was using cover, standing behind that giant cement wall statue thing. One thing I have noticed about this game, though, is kind of odd, is that walls don't often work. Like, sometimes I'll clearly be behind, like, a 3-foot cement wall, and the bullets will come, and I'll get hit by them, and it appears like they come from around the wall, like the bullets bend or something. But I guess that's just a connection issue, and you know, you can't really avoid that unless you're host every game, which I have yet to figure out how to do. But if anybody knows, please tell me, because I'd really like to know how to become host more often. I don't know. Anyways, looking at your teammates' location compared to yours is something that's really important to do, especially in games like Team Deathmatch. Domination, you kind of know where the enemy's going to be based on their spawn, or based on their flags. You know, they spawn near their flags, and usually people tend to leave their spawn, like they try and get out and maybe, you know, capture one of your flags if you have 2 of them. So that kind of helps you in knowing where they are. So that's something else that's important. And finally, you know, Black Ops isn't Modern Warfare 2. The guns have recoil and they are a lot weaker, so you need to burst fire. There's a trick to it, really. You have to learn the guns. Firing too slow or too quick is gonna make you miss, but you just have to get used to it, I guess. Anyways, this is the end of the video. So if you enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.